The unexpected doorbell, a harbinger of doom. Ah, the doorbell. That seemingly innocuous chime that can send shivers down the spine of even the most stalwart introvert. It's a sound that often signals the arrival of the unexpected, the unplanned, and the decidedly unwelcome. For introverts who cherish their peace, quiet, and carefully curated solitude, the doorbell can feel like an unwelcome intruder, a herald of impending social interaction. The doorbell rings. Panic sets in. Is it a friend dropping by unannounced, a salesperson peddling their wares? Or perhaps most terrifying of all, a long-lost relative here for an impromptu visit? The possibilities, however improbable, race through the mind of an introvert like an untamed stallion. In that moment of panicked indecision, the introvert's mind becomes a whirlwind of activity. Should they pretend not to be home, feebly whisper, "just a minute," while frantically trying to disguise their state of disarray, or heaven forbid, actually answer the door and engage in the dreaded dance of small talk? The struggle is real, my friends. And how about small talk? It's the Everest of social interaction. For many introverts, small talk is the bane of their existence. It's a social expectation that can feel as daunting as climbing Mount Everest, only without the breathtaking views and sense of accomplishment at the summit. While extroverts seem to effortlessly navigate the treacherous terrain of casual conversation, introverts often find themselves stumbling over their words, grasping for safe topics, and desperately wishing they could fast forward to the part where they can retreat to the comfort of their own thoughts. "So," chirps the well-meaning but oblivious extrovert, "how about this weather we're having?" The introvert, caught in the crosshairs of small talk, mentally curses Mother Nature. What possible response could one offer to such a banal observation? What are you supposed to do? Go into a detailed analysis of barometric pressure and wind patterns. You wonder what to say, and next thing you know, crickets chirp. Time stops. The awkward silence stretches on, punctuated by nervous laughter, and the introvert's fervent hope that the conversation will magically steer itself towards something, anything, remotely interesting. Alas, the struggle to appear engaged and enthused by the intricacies of the weather, or the latest celebrity gossip, or the neighbor's new lawn gnome, continues. How about the dreaded group project? It's like flying solo in a crowd. There's nothing like a group project to send an introvert off the rails. Those two little words are enough to strike fear into the heart of even the most academically gifted introvert. While collaboration and teamwork are often touted as essential life skills, for introverts, they can feel like a special kind of torture, a forced march through a minefield of social awkwardness and potential miscommunication. Suddenly, the introvert is surrounded by a gaggle of well-meaning but overly enthusiastic classmates, all eager to share their ideas, dominate the conversation, and generally make their presence known. The introvert, meanwhile, retreats further into their shell, their carefully crafted thoughts and insights drowned out by the cacophony of groupthink. They become the silent observer, the note-taker, the one who dutifully completes their assigned tasks but shies away from the spotlight, content to let their more extroverted counterparts bask in the glow of group participation. Inside, however, the introvert is silently screaming, "Just give me the assignment and let me work on it alone." Here's another one: phone calls. In this age of instant messaging, social media, and emoji-laden communication, the humble phone call has become a relic of a bygone era, a source of anxiety and dread for introverts everywhere. While extroverts may revel in the opportunity to chat endlessly, introverts view phone calls with the same level of enthusiasm usually reserved for root canals and tax audits. The phone rings. The introvert's heart skips a beat. Who could it be? What do they want? Why can't they just send a text message like a normal person? 1,000 scenarios flash through their mind, each more terrifying than the last. Is it a telemarketer trying to sell them something they don't need? A distant relative wanting to catch up on family gossip? Or worst of all, that potential employer they'd been trying to summon the courage to call back? The very act of talking on the phone, with its lack of visual cues and pressure to engage in real-time conversation, can feel like an insurmountable obstacle for many introverts. They'd much rather craft a carefully worded text message, complete with perfectly chosen emojis, than risk the awkward pauses, rambling tangents, and potential for misunderstanding that come with a phone call. I'm Drolsbaugh. Do you find those situations stimulating? Of course not. but you're not alone. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Check out my book, People Suck, a cheat code for introverts. It has tips and strategies on how to navigate through all of the above. You can find it on Amazon. Enjoy.